So there you go. That was an insight into what you'll be learning in this lesson. We have 5 Jimi Hendrix licks taken from the song Hey Joe. Great licks, all based around E minor pentatonic, and one of them is not really a lick, it's more of a riff because it's one of my favourite parts of the song, but you know, that's alright, yeah? So if you do like this video, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button for all the future notifications, and visiting all the socials as well. Please comment below with things you would like to see here and just see generally on YouTube with my channel. That's always helpful for me to understand what the audience wants. Nice one. Patreon lessons also available one-on-one if you want those, and you can visit my website dansguitar.com for the guitar tab, which is free. Yes, it is free on there. Check it out, have a look. Here comes that first lick. There you go. Lick number 1 starts with the 15th fret bend on that 2nd string. So this is obviously, or may not be obvious, but shape 1 of your pentatonics in the key of E minor. So you're starting with your 15th fret bend, full tone. Take your time getting to that climax of the bend, or the pitch of the bend that you need. Then you're running down. Now, which is basically 12 on the first, 15 second, 12 on the second, but I think Hendrix did this double kind of stop on there, which I get sometimes, but sometimes I don't. But don't worry about it if you don't. If you can't get the double stop, just come straight down to the 12 on that 2nd string. Then you have a bend from the 14th fret, 3rd string. Basically doing that, where you're bending the 14th fret up, letting it down, pulling it off to the 12 on the same string for obvious reasons, going to the 14 on the 4th string, and then the 12 with vibrato for that last beat and a half on that 3rd string. That takes you to bar 2, where you end up with a 15th fret bend again for the same amount of time. So then you have 12 on the 1st string. Now if you can, try and strike the 15 and 12 on the 15 being 2nd string, 12 on that 1st string. So once you've gone to the 12 on the 1st string, keep that finger where it is, and then down to the 12 on the 15th string, what am I like? 12 on the 2nd string. So you're going down to that 12 there. That leads you to the 14th fret on your 3rd string, to the 12 on the 2nd string, 14 3rd, and then there's a now which is a slide up to from the 12 to the 14 on your 3rd string, and then a pull off. But what I was doing was hammering on and then pulling off. Actually picking the 12 on that last 12. But if you want to do it correctly, try it like that and see how you get on. There's always ways to manipulate licks to make them work for you and whatever works naturally, and I think that is the best way to do them. Not unless you want to be a clone of a particular guitar player, which is not a bad thing if you like that guitar player. But anyway, that was lick number 1. I'll play it a little bit slower for you now, so it goes like this. 3, 4. There you go. Don't forget the blues curl on that last beat of the 2nd bar, which is the last 16th note, 12th fret, 3rd string, before you get to your root note of 14 on the D string, which is the E. It's very important to try and get that blues curl in there. Alright, there we go. Move on to lick number 2. Here it comes. There we go. There's quite a few repetitions on that one. So we end up with lots of double stops in this one. Not sure whether the open D was an intentional thing or not, but unfortunately we can't ask the man himself. So we've got double stop on your 12th fret. Now I would imagine it's going to be a bar with your first finger, and then you bring the third finger to the 15 on your second string, so back to the double stop on the 12. So then it's going to be keeping the finger where it is for the 12s, moving the third finger to the 14th fret for a full tone bend third string. So it's very sort of fluid with that, trying to get that sort of sound off of it. Back to another double stop, so that first finger again stays where it was on that second and first strings, 12th fret. 15 on the second, then you end up with a separation of notes for this, so you can come away from your double stop. 14th fret bend third string, then it's going to be your open D string, 14 D, 14 on the G, and then 12 on the G. And that's that lick. So let me play it slowly for you now. Let me just turn the fan off and realise that's still going. Apologies for that. But it is flipping warm in this room. So you have I'll do that again. So 3 and 4 and there you have it. That was lick number 2. Let's move on to lick number 3 coming up now. Okay, lick 3. Again, you're in that position of the first shape of the pentatonics, and you're starting with that 14th fret bend on the third string. So that's a full tone just after, it's the second 16th of that beat, the first beat. So you got this, and then bringing your first finger to roll across from the 12 to the 12 on the second and first string. So standard sort of movement. I bring in my little finger, but you can bring in your third finger to bend up the 15th fret first string full tone, let it down, and then strike the 12th fret on that third beat, the beginning of the third beat. Straight to the third string, 14th fret, full tone bend, 15 on the second string, 12 on the first string, back to the 15 second string, keep them separate, don't hold your fingers down. And then a typical Hendrix bend where you bend 14th fret up to a full tone, stop it at the top of the bend, let go, but without hearing it, coming back down, and then 12th fret on that third string. So it's like that sort of thing, typical Hendrix. Right, so that lick in slow goes something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again, and there we go. Lick number 4 coming up. Right, nice little chordal lick with this one, using basically a C major and an F major, and that's about it, right? Okay, so we're just using triads and the bulk of the chord for these licks. So with this, it's important, if you can, to get your thumb round the top to give it that sort of Hendrix authenticity. If not, standard bar chord will work just as well if that's more comfortable. Sometimes getting the thumb around the top is not so easy. So for you on this one, it's going to be, I'm going to show you with the thumb, but it's up to you how you do it basically. So you've got your thumb on the 8th fret, 2 strikes of the 10 and 9, so that's D string G, for like that, to give you your major third triad for C basically. And And then we have 2 strikes of the 8 and 8 with that bar, if you like, the mini bar on the 2nd string and 1st string. There's 2 8th notes, so you get, so you're kind of just moving through a C major chord as you do this. Then you come down 1 fret and you're going to be playing a double stop on the 7th fret, string 3, string 4, so that's the G and D, hammering on to the 9th fret of the D string, holding that there, playing the 7 and the 9. Now don't be too precise to separate these out, so you can obviously bring in the rest of the chord as long as you're holding it with the right sort of finger patterns on there. You're going to be fine. So anyway, so that's the hammer on. Moving into the rest of that chord, which is the 8th fret on the 2nd string, 7th fret you're already holding anyway, and the 9th fret you've just had the hammer on go down. So the only new element is bringing that 2nd finger onto the 8th fret. Then you're barring a little bit further with your 1st finger, so just pull under to try and bar the 7th fret on the 1st string. For 2 strikes of that, and then to finish it you're going to play the 9th fret and slide out, so you essentially end up with all of those notes, which is basically an F major or an E minor 7, whichever way you look at it, and that's it for the lick. So I'll play it slowly now. So it goes 3 and 4 and there you have it. Let's move on to lick number 4, which isn't really a lick, but I really like this part of the song. It's fun to play. There we go. So I thought I'd throw it in. Simple as on this, just a chromatic kind of run, starting with a C on that D, A string, so that's the 3rd fret, going to the open E, a thick string, 1, 2, 3. Now try and use different fingers. So, and that puts you in a good position to bring your 1st finger into the B note on the A string, which is then going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the same thing on the thick string, going from the F sharp, and then you take everything up a tone to fret 4 on the A string, which is a C sharp, and that is that lick. So you could finish it with, which is E, open E, E, and then D, D, E. Something along those lines, but that's that one. I'll play it slow just for the hell of it, and here it is, the 3 and 4 and that's a lot this week. Back to me to send it all off. There we go. It's the end again. Another Friday done, right? So five licks, 5 cool licks, actually usable licks, and it gives you a bit of an insight into how Hendrix would have tackled some of his kind of stylistic playing, which we all know and love, and votes him in as #1 every single year, as far as I know, as the most influential guitar player. Yeah, there you go. It's no wonder, really. So flipping good. Do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button for all the future notifications, and visiting the socials as well. Commenting below, give it a thumbs up, and just come along and say hi on everything that I do. Patreon platform, if you want lessons one-on-one, there is a tier system on there where you can have lessons with me once a month, and you can learn the ways of the licks, dun dun dun, or the pentatonic scale, basically. Yeah, tab is free on my website. I shall see you all soon. Please keep in touch. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.